All right, we'll call the meeting to order. A reminder, please silence all cell phones and electronic devices. When speaking, please come to the podium, state your name, and speak loudly and clearly. Thank you, and we'll go ahead and start the meeting. Item 1 is approval of the agenda, and I will move it.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 2-0. Motion by Dietrich, second by Winger. Item 2, discussion and action on retro commissioning, and it'd be Shane Albrecht.
Thank you. So we brought before information last week about retro commissioning. And just to give a quick overview, this gets our building, resets it to 0, back to a baseline. I'd like to call on Corey and Kenny to come up and give a very short discussion on this. Basically, we're going to take all the PRs, all the ASIs, and we're going to take this building back to a design baseline that sets it back for energy and everything else. Corey, if you could quickly walk through the schedule of that, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Sure. So the intent would be that starting this summer, we would have a commissioning process.
Please state your name.
I apologize. Corey Metzger, Resource Consulting Engineers. This summer, we would start the retro commissioning process on cooling system operation along with heating systems where possible. And then during the heating season, so sometime in late fall, early winter, we would move into a heating system commissioning process. This, as Shane said, would be intended to address the many changes that have occurred in the system, some of which have created challenges making sure that it's working properly and have caused issues for Kenny and his staff with unexpected failures or operational challenges. So the goal is to get it, as Shane said, back to a starting point that everyone has clear expectations. We have a set of documents that is one clear starting point for the building. We generated that and issued a request for proposal based on that. So it took the original documents as well as a number of changes that have occurred, most of which were from the project team, some of which were we provided assistance in directing changes where there were issues that we observed on site that needed to be corrected. So there's that one comprehensive set that they'll be working to get the building back to alignment with.
And they can use that comprehensive set. So this should be probably done every 4 to 6 years. They can use that comprehensive set again 4 years from now. So this is a document that will be always living and live so that you can use that again in the future. Corey, there's a couple numbers here. So we got a proposal for $41,000 for a baseline fee with an alternate for testing all the VAVs and the fan power boxes. So you and Kenny, you want to give your recommendation there?
Yeah, my recommendation was to include everything. Do the VAVs, do the fan-powered boxes. That way we're doing a total clean reset. And in my opinion, that's what we need to do. We need to set a standard baseline on everything so we know exactly where we're at. Because we have made so many changes to this building and its operations. So I just think a straight total overview of everything, retro commissioning of everything in that regard is important. It's not that much more money, in my opinion. So,
Corey?
One other note on the process, there will be limited testing and balancing done for some areas where we're concerned about either error or water flow in the systems, particularly in areas where changes were made during construction. So that's not a huge effort. We're not rebalancing the entire building as part of this process, but where we know we have problems, they'll be doing that work so that we can confirm whether or not we have any issues.
And we'll just make sure the jail and everybody knows when we're coming into their areas that, and we'll schedule it so they know what we're doing. Talk about support, both yours and Star Controls, please.
Yeah, so our contractor agreement that we have right now with the authority is to support this process. So we will be on site for portions of the commissioning process to make sure that if there are questions, they get addressed. Myself and Matt Eisner from my office will be the two that would be here for that. And then we'll be working with Star Control as well Our intent is to have them on site when needed, but we'll also work with the commissioning agent to make sure that we limit that time so that you're not spending money for a control program or to sit around. We want to make sure that we're being efficient with the use of dollars. So our contract set, we're here as much as we need to be.
So right now, what that means is, as needed, Star Controls will bill us on a time and material basis for Faisal to be out there. And we've coordinated that with them. But then they know, hey, they might have to be there for 3 days, hit this time and then not here the next time they come. And they're right now, their charge has been $200 an hour for the amount of time that Faisal's there. So it just makes it simple. I just wanted you to know, on top of the 48.5, there is going to be a bill from Star Controls on top of that. But it should easily take us, right now with days, if they were here the whole time, it'd be about a $16,000 maximum bill from Star Controls, which still puts us underneath our $70,000 initial cost that we thought it was going to be. And we don't think Star Controls will be there that much. I'm just telling you, maximum.
But Facial, Shane talked about, he's a programmer, so he's a programmer. Facial, the person Shane was talking about at Star Control, he's a programmer.
Okay. So, any questions?
Yeah, I do have a couple questions. Dan's asking if we have a quorum.
I'll
Do we have a
respond.
quorum? Yeah, yes, okay. How many have you done, Corey? How
Sorry.
many of these have you done?
Commissioning project. So we don't do commissioning, we do design, but we've worked with commissioning agents on dozens of projects. And
the reason I'm asking is, I know this project, and this project always has well, we weren't expecting that. So are you guys going to be able to, when something goes sideways?
yeah, and that's why we're here.
Okay.
So that if there's an issue when they're on site and they need direction, we will be available, whether we're physically present or remote. We know the building, we know how it's working, we know where the problems have been, and we know what the resolution of those problems have been. So we'll be working with them to make sure, and we will be on site numerous times.
Corey has in his proposal, the one that you signed for, I think it was $23,000 or whatever that design proposal was. He has a number of visits. He has numbers of visits set up in there, and we scheduled those so that he would be here, like when they're starting or when they're doing a major undertaking. So that way we have engineering support right there as well.
Okay. I know Shane has addressed this, and I had concerns about, I know we have to check the chiller. We haven't really ever checked that in hot weather. I get that. But are we have a contingency when that goes sideways?
Yes. So the chiller has a whole backup chiller there. So the good news is, if something would go sideways, it is redundant.
Good. Okay. I don't have any.
Any other discussion? All right, I would move to, award the proposal of $48,500 to SMB, and I would go ahead and move that.
I'll second it.
Motion by Dietrich, second by Wingert. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And none opposed, so motion passes 2-0. And I guess that's really about it. Any other discussion on that? And we can go ahead and adjourn.
Oh, do I need to make a motion on that?
Do we need that? Yeah. Oh, I will move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion by Dietrich, second by Wingert, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you, Jody.
Thanks, Shane.